at Bakersfield and I'm out here today. I'm at some ag land out here. It's pretty cool. And I've got Motor City's GMC Sierra. This is pretty neat, the Z71 four-wheel drive. And I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back, I actually had promoted that for this magazine. I was doing the Denali dually four-wheel drive. And that thing was pretty awesome actually, but I had to put that on the back burner because I actually had the chance to do this one, and this is the one I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's been and this thing's been highly anticipated in the truck market. They've spent 3 years building it, and it's innovative from the ground up. I mean, it's completely rebuilt. There's so much stuff in this truck that I probably, I know I'm going to forget something, but I'll try to remember as much as I can. And so let's just start at the front and make our way to the back and the inside and just kind of show it all off. One of the things they've changed on the front here, they've beefed up the grills. That's kind of cool, and they've kind of tightened up on the headlights and kind of turned them into an LED kind of a thing, and it's a lot better at night. And they've made it more aerodynamic on the corners. That's real cool. They've kept this kind of patented look for the GMC. This this twin scoop deal looks real cool. One of the changes though is now it's made out of aluminum. That does a couple things. It makes the truck lighter and makes it a little bit more rigid, and it actually dissipates heat better, so that's actually cool. One thing about this truck, speaking of aluminum, that's really interesting is this truck, this full-size truck, crew cab, all that stuff, it weighs under 5,000 pounds, and that is very light for a crew cab truck. And to kind of put that in perspective, a NASCAR Cup car weighs 3,500. So the fact that they've got this full-size truck down to that weight, that's pretty impressive. So another one of the things that they've changed this year, you can see that the wheel wells are more squared up, and they've added this fender flare right here. This comes from the factory now. It's kind of like it's a plastic, kind of a fender flare here. It's kind of cool. And let's go to the way the back. Now here is some of the innovative stuff. We've talked about it on some video, but I want to re-mention it if you missed that. This right here is 100% Bakersfield built. So all these trucks across the country that have this innovation came from John Petrie at Motor City, and that's pretty cool because I can see this right here taking off and kind of becoming the standard in trucks. And what it does is it allows you to actually get up on the truck without having to jump up on the wheel. And if you have a lifted truck, that's pretty much the only way you're getting in is to jump on that tire right there. He's also John actually came up with this idea too. It's a handle now to get in. If in the past a lot of times you had to use 2 fingers to kind of get into the eyelet hole, but now they've actually made it so it's a grip. So you got that plus that, and it makes getting up in that truck a lot easier. One of the things too that's real cool on this truck, let me see if I can do this and back it up, is the tailgate. That's so cool. It's done on a spring system, and it makes the tailgate only weigh about 15 pounds. Real easy to pick up and let go. Another thing that John came up with, one of his innovations, is this under the kind of the cap LED light, and that's very cool. So John actually from Motor City came up with 3 ideas on this truck. That's very neat. So very cool. Okay, so let's make our way to the inside. One thing that's real cool too is they have the slider window right here. Real neat. Okay. Oh, one thing, this is cool. They actually redesigned the rearview mirrors, and they actually have this real cool, I don't know if you can kind of see it here. See this thing right here? It takes the blind spots out. When you're actually in the car, you can actually see everything now. There's nothing that you can't see. And it actually looks like that actually comes out, but it's actually flush with the mirror. Kind of an optical illusion. Okay, one of the things that GMC really focused on this year was their navigation panel. You can see it's and here we go, we're on the map right now. That's very cool. And it's very innovative. They've totally reworked all the buttons on here. This is really cool. Of course, you got the downhill cruise control. You've got the parking warnings and the lights and the traction control, and you can move the brakes forward and back. That's all kind of standard. This is actually really cool. Okay, here we go. You ready? That's going to be impressive. So you got 3 USBs. That's awesome. Never seen 3 before. You've got 2 chargers. That's cool. And here's the biggest surprise. You ready for this? What's under here? Look at that. Plug anything into it. I've never seen that before actually on a truck, off the showroom. That's actually pretty impressive. They really got serious about all their storage. You can see right here, and that's probably one of the bigger improvements too, is them getting serious on their storage. You can see that. Yeah, I got a Pepsi. Lots of stuff in there. Really cool. One thing too that's really interesting is the steering. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because now the steering is all done on a electric motor. So when you turn it, let me see. You turn it, there's no resistance. It doesn't matter where you're at. I'm on a dirt road right now. I can't feel anything. There's no resistance at all. I could turn it with my pinky. It doesn't matter. It's all done electrically. which is kind of a weird feeling actually when you're going around a corner and you don't feel that kind of tightness, kind of awkward, but you get used to it and it feels really comfortable after a while, and especially when you're switching terrains, you know, it's actually really neat. They reworked the entire, you know, dash panel here. That's real neat. And then they've also added a LED panel to the middle, which is really cool, and you can actually control it from the steering wheel. Look at that. You know, tire pressures. It's got all the stuff that you'd normally see in a car, but it's done on an LED that complements the central navigation. I'll show you this, and of course I always say this every truck review, but I don't care, it's still my favorite thing, is the rear view mirror camera that actually has a projection on it. You turn the wheel and it actually shows you where you're going to go, and if you're towing anything, you can line up your hitch with anything by yourself without any help, and that's probably one of the coolest things in the magazine, in the truck. That's really cool. One of the things about this truck is the suspension package on it. Very smooth. You know, I'm kind of going at a pretty decent speed here. Probably shouldn't be going this fast, but I'm going at a pretty, and it feels almost like we're on the road, and that's not a joke. The suspension package is very good, and I've got it. I don't need to be in it, but I'm in 4-wheel high just to feel what it feels like. It's got a lot of get up and go, and I don't recommend speeding through farmland, but we got a trained professional here, so if no one's out here, Motor City hates when I do this, but I got to do it. Let's see. Nobody there, and nobody there. Okay, I'll be able to show you. I'll keep it in 4-wheel high. I shouldn't know, but I will. I'll show you that this thing really has a lot of get up and go. So let me show you here. Here we go. For a full-size truck, it gets on it pretty good. We're going 60 right now, so whatever that was like 5-6 seconds. You know, it's pretty fast. And this isn't even the diesel. This is just the gas version. You know, the diesel version will be out at the end of the year, and I'm sure there'll be a big lineup for that too. So very cool, lots of power, real smooth, just really cool truck.